He is a white nationalist. He is a white supremacist. He is a sexist, a misogynist. He is an anti-Semite. He is the quintessential alt-right, rabidly racist, and smart enough to profit off of it. That's exactly what Breitbart is, right? And so when they asked Reince Priebus this morning about Steve Bannon, they were like, well, you know, if you look at his website and you see all of these horrific articles, it talks about Jews, it talks about how birth control makes women ugly, you know, all these ridiculous things. They were asking Reince Priebus on Today's Show, you know, is he a white nationalist, sexist, you know, all these things. And Reince Priebus says, you know, I don't know who that guy is. I know Steve Bannon is he's an Harvard educated businessman. As though you can't be simultaneously Harvard educated and racist as hell. But anyway, so Steve Bannon of Breitbart, Steve Bannon is, I don't know how to even describe him, right? I want to give him the right type of level. I don't want to say he's like the I don't even know, who is he to racism compared to he is the leader. That's all I can say. He is the leader and the mastermind behind the alt-right movement, and he gave, not the alt-right movement, but the presence of the alt-right movement at Breitbart, right? They have a home, they have a place that lends them credibility, and that home is Breitbart. And now that home is in the White House. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm not like, I expect this. I fully 100% expect this, because the reason I expect this because Donald Trump showed us who he was. I refuse to spend the next 4 years pretending to be surprised by the things that Donald Trump does. I already know. We simply have to brace ourselves, accept the fact that we lost, fight back as much as we can, where we can, and how we can. But I'm not going to spend the next years being shocked that he appoints a white supremacist and a white nationalist, anti-Semite, a sexist pig like Steve Bannon to the White House. I just really hope, I really sincerely hope that they are as thin-skinned as they appear to be, so that as people remind the world of how big of pieces of dung they are, I'm doing my best not to cuss, even though I already did. I'm hoping they're thin-skinned enough to come off of their ivory tower perch over the next 4 years and really show the world how petty they are. I hope that they come after some media heads, right? Because this is what I think is ultimately going to happen with Donald Trump. They are going to destroy themselves because they are authoritarian and they do want to suppress voices. Donald Trump is not going to be able to handle 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of people, of thousands of people, some bigger, some smaller, some with thousands of followers, some with millions of followers, some with television reach into 100,000 homes, some with television reach into 1 million homes. Donald Trump is not going to be able to sit there and take all of that and not return in kind. He's not. And so he is going to simultaneously devalue the value of the office of the presidency, as well as he's going to step over some lines that are going to put him at odds with the Constitution. I'm counting on it. I hope that he is that bullheaded, because ultimately he's going to step on the wrong landmine and undermine and he's going to violate the law. Let's just cut to the point. Donald Trump is incapable of not trying to use his power, and now he has the most power in the world. He's going to try to use his power to suppress voices that attack him. Don't you realize that the office of the presidency is there for one thing, to make half of America happy and to get attacked 9 days out of 7 by the other half of America? I mean, of course, and then there's the imperialist empire abroad and all that stuff. But Donald Trump is not going to be able to handle it. And by surrounding himself with people like Steve Bannon, he most certainly is not going to be able to keep his mouth shut, and he's going to cross the line. So back to Steve Bannon, just so you can get a picture of who this guy really is. As editor of Breitbart, he said President Obama, he accused President Obama of importing more hating Muslims. He compared Planned Parenthood to the Holocaust. He called conservative Bill Kristol, he called him a renegade Jew. And I'm not laughing at what he called him. I'm laughing at the fact that this is the person that is in the White House strategist, like the chief West Wing strategist. He advised female victims of online harassment to just log off and stop screwing up the internet for men. All right, so Reince Priebus and Steve Bannon, according to this one report, says that both of these men are going to be required to sign off on many decisions jointly. And Steve Bannon was assured that he responds or reports rather directly to Donald Trump and not to Reince Priebus. So he's already setting this up for chaos, man. I'm sorry, you know. He's going to have a renegade by the name. He's going to not. I almost used a play on words that would have got me in trouble. We're going to have a renegade white man in the White House that's more so than Donald Trump. All right, 857-600-0518 if you want to join the conversation.